If you're starting a ketogenic diet, you're probably asking one simple but powerful question. What should I actually eat? Because keto isn't just about cutting carbs. Keto is about teaching your body to switch from burning sugar to burning fat. And when you choose the right foods, you don't just lose weight. You stabilize blood sugar, improve brain function, reduce inflammation, and often reverse metabolic disease. But here's the truth most people don't realize. Keto success is not about starving yourself. It's about choosing nutrient-dense, fat-powered foods that help your body stay in ketosis naturally. What if everything you've been told about dieting is only half the truth? Millions of people around the world are cutting carbohydrates, chasing ketosis, and hoping to unlock rapid fat loss. Yet many fail, not because the ketogenic diet doesn't work, but because they misunderstand the most important rule. Keto success is not simply about eating fewer carbs. It is about the quality of the foods that replace those carbs. Science is now revealing a powerful and sometimes shocking reality. When you choose nutrient-dense ketogenic foods, your body doesn't just lose weight, it begins a deep metabolic repair process that can transform your health from the inside out. When carbohydrates are reduced, insulin levels drop. Insulin is often called the fat storage hormone because its primary job is to push sugar into cells and store excess energy as fat. Research published in the Journal of Clinical Investigation shows that chronically high insulin levels are directly linked to obesity, type 2 diabetes, and even accelerated aging. When insulin stays elevated for years, the body loses its ability to burn stored fat efficiently. But when carbohydrate intake is lowered and replaced with healthy fats and high-quality proteins, insulin begins to stabilize. This metabolic shift opens the door to ketosis, a state where the body produces ketones from fat and uses them as a clean and powerful fuel source. However, the type of fat and protein you consume determines whether ketosis becomes a healing process or a metabolic disaster. Many people unknowingly replace carbohydrates with highly processed fats, artificial ingredients, and low-quality proteins. This mistake can lead to inflammation, nutrient deficiencies, and hormonal imbalances. Scientific evidence continues to show that nutrient density is one of the strongest predictors of long-term health outcomes. Whole foods rich in vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and essential fatty acids provide the biochemical tools your body needs to repair damaged cells and regulate metabolic pathways. Healthy ketogenic fats like olive oil, avocados, grass-fed butter, and fatty fish contain compounds that actively reduce inflammation. Chronic inflammation has been described by researchers as the silent driver behind heart disease, Alzheimer's disease, autoimmune disorders, and insulin resistance. Studies from Harvard Medical School demonstrate that monounsaturated fats found in olive oil and avocados improve cardiovascular health by lowering harmful LDL cholesterol while increasing protective HDL cholesterol. These fats also improve insulin sensitivity, allowing cells to respond more efficiently to energy signals. Protein quality plays an equally critical role in ketogenic success. High-quality protein sources like eggs, grass-fed beef, and wild-caught fish provide essential amino acids that preserve lean muscle mass during fat loss. Muscle is not just important for strength and mobility, it is a metabolic organ that helps regulate blood sugar and hormone balance. Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition shows that individuals who consume adequate protein while losing weight preserve more muscle and experience greater fat loss compared to those who consume low quality or insufficient protein. Low carbohydrate vegetables are another essential component often overlooked in ketogenic diets. Leafy greens, broccoli, zucchini, and cauliflower deliver fiber, magnesium, potassium, and powerful antioxidants that support detoxification and nerve function. Magnesium deficiency alone affects nearly half of adults worldwide and has been linked to insulin resistance, chronic fatigue, and cardiovascular disease. By incorporating mineral-rich vegetables, the ketogenic diet becomes more than a fat-burning strategy. It becomes a cellular nourishment program that supports every organ system in the body. The gut microbiome is another hidden factor influenced by food quality. The human gut contains trillions of bacteria that regulate immunity, metabolism, and even mood. Highly processed keto foods lacking fiber can disrupt this delicate ecosystem. In contrast, whole ketogenic foods rich in fiber and healthy fats nourish beneficial bacteria that produce short chain fatty acids. These compounds strengthen the intestinal barrier, reduce systemic inflammation, and improve insulin sensitivity. Research published in Nature Reviews Endocrinology highlights the gut microbiome as a major regulator of metabolic health and weight control. Hormonal balance is deeply connected to nutrient quality as well. Poor dietary fat sources can disrupt hormone production because cholesterol and fatty acids serve as building blocks for critical hormones including testosterone, estrogen, and cortisol. Nutrient-dense ketogenic foods provide the raw materials needed for balanced hormone signaling. Balanced hormones regulate hunger, energy levels, mood stability, and metabolic rate. This is why individuals who focus on high-quality keto foods often report reduced cravings, improved mental clarity, and sustained energy throughout the day. Brain health is another extraordinary benefit connected to nutrient-dense ketogenic eating. Ketones produced during ketosis provide a more efficient fuel source for brain cells than glucose. Studies from the National Institute on Aging suggest that ketones may protect neurons from oxidative stress and improve cognitive performance. Omega-3 fatty acids found in fatty fish further support brain function by strengthening neuronal membranes and reducing neuroinflammation. These protective effects are now being explored in research focused on Alzheimer's disease, epilepsy, and neurodegenerative disorders. Energy production at the cellular level is also dramatically influenced by food quality. Mitochondria, often called the power plants of the cell, rely on vitamins, minerals, and healthy fats to produce ATP, the body's primary energy currency. Processed foods lack these essential nutrients and may even produce harmful compounds that damage mitochondrial function. Nutrient-dense ketogenic foods provide coenzymes, antioxidants, and fatty acids that optimize mitochondrial efficiency. This leads to improved endurance, reduced fatigue, and enhanced physical performance. Long-term sustainability is perhaps the most overlooked element of ketogenic success. Diets that rely on processed substitutes often lead to burnout and relapse. Whole, nutrient-dense keto foods create meals that are deeply satisfying and naturally regulate appetite hormones like leptin and ghrelin. When these hormones are balanced, hunger signals stabilize and individuals naturally consume fewer calories without feeling deprived. This is why research consistently shows that ketogenic diets emphasizing whole foods produce more sustainable weight loss results compared to calorie-restricted diets based on processed ingredients. The most shocking reality revealed by modern nutrition science is that food is not simply fuel. Food is biological information that communicates with your genes, your hormones, and your immune system. Nutrient-dense ketogenic foods send signals that activate fat burning, reduce inflammation, and support cellular repair. Poor quality foods send signals that promote fat storage, metabolic stress, and chronic disease progression. Every bite you take either strengthens or weakens your metabolic foundation. The ketogenic diet is not a shortcut or a temporary trend. It is a metabolic strategy that works only when supported by foods that deliver real nutritional value. Choosing whole, clean, nutrient-dense ketogenic foods transforms ketosis from a weight loss tool into a powerful therapeutic lifestyle capable of improving metabolic health, brain function, hormone balance, and longevity. The truth is, your body is designed to heal, adapt, and thrive, but it can only perform those miracles when it receives the right raw materials. Keto is not about removing carbohydrates alone. Keto is about replacing them with foods that nourish every cell, every hormone, and every metabolic pathway in your body. And when that happens, weight loss becomes just one of many life-changing benefits that follow. Imagine waking up every morning with steady energy, a clear mind, and a body that effortlessly burns its own stored fat for fuel. For most people, that sounds impossible because modern lifestyles have trained our metabolism to depend entirely on sugar. Every meal, every snack, every craving feeds a cycle where blood sugar spikes, insulin surges, and fat burning shuts down. But hidden within specific ketogenic foods lies a biological switch. A switch that can transform your metabolism from a sugar burning machine into a fat burning powerhouse. Science is now uncovering how foods like eggs, avocados, fatty fish, olive oil, and coconut oil don't just support ketosis. They reprogram your body at a cellular level to create energy, reduce inflammation, and unlock sustainable weight loss. The human body has two primary fuel systems. One runs on glucose, the sugar derived from carbohydrates. The other runs on ketones, molecules produced when fat is broken down in the liver. Most people live their entire lives relying almost exclusively on glucose, which creates a fragile energy system. Research published in the journal Cell Metabolism shows that glucose-based metabolism leads to frequent energy crashes, increased hunger signals, and unstable blood sugar levels. But when the body enters ketosis, fat becomes the dominant fuel source, providing a more stable and efficient energy supply. This is where specific ketogenic foods become metabolic game changers. Eggs, often called nature's multivitamin, are one of the most powerful tools for supporting ketone production. Eggs contain high-quality protein and essential fats that help maintain muscle mass while triggering satiety hormones. Studies in the International Journal of Obesity found that individuals who consumed eggs for breakfast experienced significantly reduced calorie intake throughout the day compared to those who ate carbohydrate-heavy meals. Eggs also contain choline, a nutrient critical for liver function. The liver plays the central role in ketone production, meaning choline directly supports the body's ability to convert fat into fuel. Avocados deliver a unique metabolic advantage through their high concentration of monounsaturated fats. These fats have been shown to improve insulin sensitivity, allowing cells to absorb nutrients more efficiently without triggering fat storage. Research from the American Heart Association confirms that monounsaturated fats reduce harmful cholesterol levels while improving cardiovascular health. Avocados are also loaded with potassium, an electrolyte essential for muscle function and nerve signaling. Many individuals experience fatigue and weakness when transitioning into ketosis due to electrolyte imbalances, and avocados provide a natural solution that supports metabolic adaptation. Fatty fish such as salmon, mackerel, and sardines provide omega-3 fatty acids that act as powerful anti-inflammatory agents. Chronic inflammation is strongly linked to obesity, insulin resistance, and metabolic syndrome. Research published in the Journal of Lipid Research demonstrates that omega-3 fatty acids enhance fat oxidation, allowing the body to burn stored fat more efficiently. Omega-3s also influence the production of adiponectin, a hormone that improves insulin sensitivity and accelerates fat metabolism. This means fatty fish doesn't just nourish the body, it activates hormonal pathways that encourage fat loss at the molecular level. Olive oil has been a cornerstone of metabolic health for centuries, particularly in Mediterranean populations known for their longevity and low rates of heart disease. Extra virgin olive oil contains polyphenols, powerful antioxidants that protect cells from oxidative stress. Oxidative stress damages mitochondria, the tiny energy factories inside every cell. When mitochondria are damaged, the body struggles to produce energy and becomes more likely to store fat. Studies from the New England Journal of Medicine show that diets rich in olive oil significantly reduce cardiovascular risk while improving metabolic markers. By protecting mitochondrial function, olive oil supports consistent energy production and enhances the body's ability to maintain ketosis. Coconut oil provides a completely different but equally powerful metabolic effect through medium-chain triglycerides, commonly known as MCTs. Unlike long-chain fats that require complex digestion, MCTs travel directly to the liver where they are rapidly converted into ketones. Research published in the Journal of Nutrition reveals that MCT consumption increases energy expenditure and fat oxidation, meaning the body burns more calories even at rest. Coconut oil essentially provides a shortcut into ketosis, offering immediate fuel for the brain and muscles while encouraging the body to rely less on glucose. One of the most extraordinary benefits of these ketogenic foods is their impact on hunger and appetite regulation. Hunger is not simply about willpower. It is controlled by hormones such as ghrelin and leptin, which signal when to eat and when to stop. High carbohydrate diets disrupt these signals, leading to constant cravings and overeating. Studies published in obesity reviews show that ketogenic diets naturally suppress ghrelin levels while improving leptin sensitivity, allowing individuals to feel full with fewer calories. Foods like eggs, avocados, and fatty fish stabilize these hunger hormones, making weight loss sustainable rather than exhausting. Blood sugar stability is another life-changing benefit driven by these ketogenic foods. Spikes and crashes in blood sugar are linked to mood swings, fatigue, and increased risk of type 2 diabetes. Research from the American Diabetes Association confirms that ketogenic diets significantly improve blood sugar control and reduce insulin dependency in many patients. By providing slow-burning fat energy instead of rapid glucose spikes, these foods create a steady metabolic environment that protects organs and improves long-term health outcomes. Brain function also undergoes a remarkable transformation when ketone production increases. The brain consumes nearly 20% of the body's total energy supply. When powered by glucose, energy supply fluctuates throughout the day, often causing mental fog and poor concentration. Ketones provide a more stable and efficient energy source for neurons. Studies from the journal Neurobiology of Aging suggest that ketones may enhance cognitive performance and protect against neurodegenerative diseases. Omega-3 fatty acids from fatty fish further strengthen neuronal communication and reduce inflammation in brain tissue, creating a powerful combination that supports mental clarity and emotional stability. Inflammation reduction remains one of the most profound and overlooked effects of ketogenic foods. Chronic inflammation silently damages blood vessels, joints, and internal organs. Research consistently links inflammation to diseases ranging from arthritis to heart disease. Monounsaturated fats from olive oil and avocados, combined with omega-3 fatty acids from fish, actively suppress inflammatory pathways. This means ketogenic foods don't just help with weight loss, they address the underlying biological processes driving chronic disease. Metabolic flexibility is the ultimate goal of ketogenic nutrition. This refers to the body's ability to switch seamlessly between burning glucose and burning fat. Modern diets high in refined carbohydrates trap the body in glucose dependency, making energy unstable and fat loss difficult. Nutrient-rich ketogenic foods retrain the body to access stored fat as a reliable fuel source. Research from the Journal of Applied Physiology shows that individuals with higher metabolic flexibility experience better endurance, improved insulin sensitivity, and greater long-term weight control. Perhaps the most shocking truth revealed by modern metabolic science is that fat, once feared as a dietary enemy, can become one of the body's greatest healing tools when sourced correctly. Foods like eggs, avocados, fatty fish, olive oil, and coconut oil do more than provide calories. They send biochemical signals that activate fat-burning genes, stabilize hormones, and repair cellular damage. They transform metabolism from a fragile sugar-dependent system into a resilient fat-burning engine designed for long-term survival and vitality. Every meal built around these foods becomes a metabolic message, telling your body to release stored fat, reduce inflammation, and create stable, lasting energy. The transformation doesn't happen overnight, but with consistency, these foods retrain your metabolism to function the way it was biologically designed to operate. And when that transformation begins, weight loss becomes only one chapter in a much larger story of healing, strength, and metabolic freedom. What if the real secret to lasting weight loss, stable energy, and lifelong metabolic health is not hidden in extreme dieting, but in simple daily consistency with real, whole, natural foods. Modern nutrition has trained millions of people to chase shortcuts, quick fixes, and miracle solutions. Yet science continues to reveal a powerful truth that many refuse to accept. The human body does not transform through perfection, it transforms through consistency. And when that consistency is built around clean, natural, ketogenic foods, something extraordinary begins to happen inside the body. Hormones rebalance, brain function sharpens, the gut microbiome repairs itself, and perhaps most importantly, the body relearns how to use stored fat as fuel with astonishing efficiency. The ketogenic diet triggers a metabolic state called ketosis, where the body shifts away from burning glucose and begins producing ketones from fat. But entering ketosis is only the beginning of the transformation. Long-term health benefits appear when ketosis is maintained consistently through nutrient-dense, whole foods rather than processed substitutes. Research published in Nutrients shows that sustained ketogenic nutrition improves insulin sensitivity, reduces systemic inflammation, and supports long-term metabolic stability. These benefits are not the result of short bursts of dieting. They are the result of daily metabolic conditioning. Hormone balance is one of the first systems to respond to consistent ketogenic nutrition. Insulin, often described as the master metabolic hormone, regulates fat storage and blood sugar levels. Chronic exposure to high carbohydrate diets forces insulin levels to remain elevated, trapping the body in fat storage mode. Studies from the Journal of Endocrinology demonstrate that long-term carbohydrate restriction stabilizes insulin secretion and improves the body's ability to release stored fat for energy. When insulin stabilizes, other hormones begin to normalize as well. Leptin, the hormone responsible for satiety, starts sending clearer signals to the brain. Ghrelin, the hunger hormone, becomes less aggressive. This hormonal harmony allows individuals to eat less without feeling deprived, making fat loss sustainable rather than stressful. Brain function undergoes one of the most dramatic improvements during consistent ketogenic nutrition. The brain is an energy-demanding organ that relies on a constant fuel supply. Glucose-based metabolism often leads to energy fluctuations that contribute to brain fog, irritability, and poor concentration. Ketones provide a cleaner and more efficient fuel source for neurons. Research from Frontiers in Neuroscience reveals that ketones improve mitochondrial efficiency within brain cells, increasing energy production while reducing oxidative stress. This enhanced energy stability has been linked to improved memory, sharper focus, and reduced symptoms of anxiety and depression. Some studies even suggest that long-term ketogenic diets may slow the progression of neurodegenerative diseases, such as Alzheimer's disease, by reducing inflammation and protecting neuronal structures. Gut health represents another hidden transformation that occurs through consistent consumption of whole ketogenic foods. The digestive system contains trillions of bacteria that regulate immunity, metabolism, and even emotional health. Highly processed diets damage this delicate microbial ecosystem, leading to increased intestinal permeability, often referred to as leaky gut. Research published in Nature Microbiology highlights the role of fiber, healthy fats, and nutrient-dense foods in restoring beneficial gut bacteria. Whole ketogenic foods like leafy greens, avocados, seeds, and fermented dairy products nourish these microbes, encouraging the production of short-chain fatty acids that strengthen the intestinal barrier and reduce systemic inflammation. A healthier gut microbiome improves nutrient absorption, supports immune function, and enhances metabolic control. Metabolic flexibility is one of the most powerful benefits achieved through long-term ketogenic consistency. Metabolic flexibility refers to the body's ability to switch between burning carbohydrates and burning fat, depending on energy demands. Modern high-carbohydrate diets destroy this flexibility, forcing the body into constant glucose dependency. Studies from the Journal of Physiology demonstrate that individuals following long-term ketogenic diets develop enhanced fat oxidation capacity, allowing them to access stored fat reserves more efficiently during fasting or physical activity. This metabolic adaptability improves endurance, stabilizes energy levels, and protects against insulin resistance. Inflammation reduction is another life-changing effect that unfolds over time with consistent whole food ketogenic nutrition. Chronic inflammation has been linked to heart disease, autoimmune disorders, diabetes, and accelerated aging. Research from the Lancet Diabetes and Endocrinology Journal reveals that ketogenic diets significantly lower inflammatory markers such as C-reactive protein and interleukin 6. Whole ketogenic foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, and monounsaturated fats actively suppress inflammatory pathways. This anti-inflammatory effect supports joint health, cardiovascular function, and immune resilience, allowing the body to repair itself more effectively. Weight loss achieved through consistent ketogenic nutrition differs dramatically from traditional calorie restriction diets. Conventional diets often trigger muscle loss alongside fat loss, slowing metabolism and increasing the likelihood of weight regain. Research from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition shows that ketogenic diets preserve lean muscle mass while promoting fat oxidation. Maintaining muscle mass is essential because muscle tissue acts as a metabolic engine, burning calories even at rest. Preserving this tissue helps sustain long-term weight control and prevents metabolic slowdown. Energy stability is another transformation experienced by individuals who remain consistent with whole ketogenic foods. Glucose-based metabolism creates rapid energy spikes, followed by sudden crashes, leaving individuals exhausted and craving sugar. Ketone metabolism provides a steady energy supply because fat stores contain significantly more energy than glycogen reserves. Studies from the Journal of Sports Medicine and Physical Fitness demonstrate that ketogenic adapted individuals experience improved endurance and reduced fatigue during prolonged physical activity. This stable energy production supports both physical performance and daily productivity. Immune system function also strengthens with long-term ketogenic nutrition. Nutrient-dense ketogenic foods supply essential vitamins, minerals, and fatty acids required for immune cell development and regulation. Research from Cell Reports Medicine suggests that ketones themselves may possess anti-inflammatory and immune-modulating properties, helping the body defend against infections and chronic disease. By reducing inflammation and improving cellular energy production, ketogenic consistency creates an internal environment that supports immune resilience. Perhaps the most profound transformation occurs at the genetic level. Emerging research in epigenetics shows that dietary patterns influence gene expression. Ketones have been shown to activate genes associated with longevity, oxidative stress resistance, and metabolic efficiency. Studies from Science Advances indicate that beta-hydroxybutyrate, the primary ketone produced during ketosis, functions as a signaling molecule that regulates gene activity related to cellular repair and inflammation control. This means consistent ketogenic nutrition does not just change how the body looks or feels, it changes how the body functions at its most fundamental biological level. The most shocking reality is that the human body is designed to thrive on metabolic flexibility, nutrient density, and hormonal balance. Modern diets disrupt these systems, creating cycles of fatigue, weight gain, and chronic disease. Consistent consumption of whole ketogenic foods restores these natural biological rhythms. Every meal becomes a metabolic signal, telling the body to release stored fat, stabilize hormones, and repair damaged cells. True health transformation does not happen through extreme discipline or temporary dieting. It happens through daily nutritional choices repeated over weeks, months, and years. Each consistent meal strengthens metabolic pathways, improves hormone communication, and enhances cellular efficiency. Over time, these small daily decisions create a powerful cumulative effect that reshapes the body's energy systems and protects long-term health. The ketogenic diet is not simply a method for losing weight. It is a metabolic strategy that, when practiced consistently with whole natural foods, unlocks the body's ability to regulate itself, heal itself, and sustain energy with remarkable efficiency. The transformation is gradual, but it is profound. And for those who remain consistent, the reward is not just fat loss, it is metabolic freedom, mental clarity, hormonal balance, and a body that functions the way nature originally intended,